Much progress has been made since our last Epic Universe video, and we will take a look at each land. But before we get into the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We post videos every week about Universal theme parks, so if you like this video, be sure to subscribe for more content. In today's video, we will be starting with the How to Train Your Dragon land. Lots of progress has been made since the last video. When you enter land, you'll see two large statues in the bay. The Viking statue has now received another coat of paint to match the dragon. Behind the statues, we can see some work being done on the Viking boats. We can only see some of it since they are covered. Next to the statues, work has been done on a wooden bridge. This is where the roller coaster will pass underneath it. Here you can see where the roller coaster will skim above the water. They are working on some rock work for theming elements around the roller coaster. Some theming can be seen further down from the current work being done. A lot more work has been done on the load station since the last video. More wooden frames have been placed. Bracing between the wooden frames is purposely uneven to look like Vikings have built it. In this picture, we can see staging for more wood to be placed at the load station. Work continues on the structure over the first launch of the roller coaster, and more recently a structural frame has been added over this part of the track. This is where the second launch coaster will be. Here you can see framing on the side of the roller coaster for future theming. So we can now see foundations for the rumored flying attraction. Two foundations have been placed. Here is what it might look like. Every passenger can control the gondola's motion and even perform inversions. The passenger can control how thrilling they want the ride to be, or it can be a fantastic sightseeing flight for low thrills. Another attraction that will be in this land is rumored to be a boat ride. Work is being done on the decking for the station. This will be an interactive water ride. It could be built by Mock Rides. They built the one in Legoland, Florida, when it was the Quest for Chi and was later rethemed to Battle of Bricksburg. If it's anything like the Battle of Bricksburg, you will get soaked on this ride. Some progress can now be seen on the roof of the building for the theater attraction. You can see the roof frame is now being worked on. Here we can see a steel tower has recently been added to this building. This could be one of the restaurants in the land. This land will also have a play area seen here near the entrance to the land. So far, some kind of structure has been built in this area. Now over to the Wizarding World, we can see more work is being done on the entrance to the Wizarding World. The portal is getting some stone block theming, and work is continuing on the arch to make it look like the Porte Saint-Denis in Paris. A spire has been added to the tower behind the steps to Nowhere. This is to look like the Sacré-Cœur Basilica as seen in the Fantastic Beasts movie. More work continues on the courtyard. This will be where the restaurant and retail shops will be. Metal roof has been added recently to this structure. This is where you will enter into the courtyard to one of the dining locations of the land. The roof has the same look as what is seen on the set from The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now let's head over to the Dark Universe. The portal to the land has more details coming to life. We can now see what looks like tree roots becoming more defined. On top of the manor, which will be the main attraction of land, you can see they have been working to add and connect the air ducts on the roof. The other attraction, which is believed to be themed to the werewolf and will be a family-friendly coaster, is now seeing some excavation work. They also have been adding some metal framing near the coaster, probably for some added theming. I've noticed that the footers for the roller coaster are very close to the building next to it, which I believe is the retail location. It looks like the footers are almost touching the building. I find it very curious how close it is. I could be completely wrong, but what if they plan on using that building to add more theming for the roller coaster? Maybe to make it look like a hillside or to create a rock formation, but it's just a thought. They might not have any intention to add theming to it. Only time will tell. Now let's go over to Super Nintendo World. At the portal of Super Nintendo World, more work is taking place on the escalators. This will be how guests will enter the land. Guests will enter Super Nintendo World on the second floor and come out of Princess Peach's castle. You can see what's been done on it so far. Some green theming has been added to the wall outside of Yoshi's Adventure Ride. Plus, recently this pyramid frame was added to the roof over Yoshi's Ride. Over at the Donkey Kong roller coaster, gold has been added to the Golden Temple. Here is one piece of concept art that shows more detail about what the final look will be. Also recently added is this round concrete form, which could be the start of the Tiki Hut from the concept art. As you enter into this area, you will see a waterfall straight ahead. The path where the water will flow can be seen here. A wall has been built to contain the small river. This is also near where the coaster will skim past the water. Here's a good view of the entire land, where you can see the building that contains the Mario Kart attraction. Off to the side of the building is the Donkey Kong area, and in front of the Mario Kart ride is a multi-level Mushroom Kingdom. Now we'll look at the Central Hub. Here's a quick look at how work is coming along at the entrance to Epic Universe. Currently they are working on building the signature Colonnade for the entrance of the land. Over here, they are working on building the ticket booth, and in the center is where guests will scan to get into the park. Here's a closer look at the Colonnade, which is the signature Universal look of rows of columns, like seen at the entrance of Universal Studios. Here they have spacers for passages through the concrete wall in the Colonnade. In the hub next to the Dark Universe is a building rumored to be a barbecue restaurant, plus 2 kiosks in front of it, most likely to be used as a drink and snack stand. The restaurant has 2 elements on the roof that look like chimneys. For the Central Dome attraction, a retaining wall has been added and we can see a walkway taking shape. And compared to last time we looked at this ride, all the dome framing has now been placed. Concrete forms near the dome base are for a retaining wall. A pond will be here. This side will be filled with water. We can also see the pipes that will be used to circulate water in the ponds and possibly for some kind of water effect. The name Constellation Carousel has been trademarked and could be for this central attraction. It's rumored to be a family ride that would be similar to the Twist and Splash made by Mock Rides. This would make sense because it looks like the ride will involve water. Although while doing my research, I came across Intamin's Dynamic Motion Stage, which uses a round platform like the Twist and Splash. The Dynamic Motion Stage goes up and down, sideways, and tilts forward. It also has different seating configurations for a variety of experiences and capacities. This ride system looks really cool, and I think it could work for the Central Hub attraction. Although since the Constellation Carousel is in a scenic location with beautiful views of a lagoon, they would want to make sure the riders can see their surroundings. Plus, it looks like water will be used in some way for the ride system, so the Twist and Splash by Mock Rides is probably more likely. Over near the entrance to Epic Universe is rumored to be a restaurant. The restaurant will be encircled by water as seen in the concept art. Looks like they are working on creating an underground kitchen, and to the right is a service tunnel. The large basin at the back of the park in front of the hotel is rumored to be where a projection show will be. Concrete forms have been placed that look like tiered seating for the show. The other attraction in the Central Hub is the Dual Racing Coaster. More track has been added to this section of the Dueling Racing Coaster. The yellow track is almost complete with just one more section needed to complete it. The green track is almost finished once this track is placed here, but there is still one more gap left near the station. Plus, work is still being done on the roof of the station. On the ground is more framing that still needs to be added to the roof. Construction for Epic Universe is moving along quickly, and thanks to BioReconstruct, we can see the progress. Feel free to follow him on Twitter. Well, that's it for the updates so far. What ride are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below, and if you love Universal content, then subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day.